Hi guys, I hope everybody is doing well. Happy winter solstice to you all. I have been taking some time to just kind of take a step back and reflect on the year and reflect on what I've learned, kind of have some rest and relaxation, and I hope you guys have been doing the same. So sorry, that's why I've been a little bit slow on readings. Just really trying to get into the energy of this winter solstice. I'm feeling that there's actually an especially peaceful energy to this solstice this year, which, is interesting considering we did have a little bit more of a chaotic year when you think about it. But the numerology of this year was, it added up to a 7, which, sevens can be challenging in that regard. So next year is an 8 year. You've probably heard me mention in some of my previous readings, if you have watched them, that 8 years tend to bring a lot of prosperity, a lot of abundance. I just have a feeling that it's going to bring a lot of alignment to people who are really hoping for that. So if you kind of have been using this time to get quiet and there's a little bit of stillness, I'm feeling that from a lot of you, actually, there's a little bit of a sense of disappointment, like maybe what you want hasn't quite manifested yet, or you're just feeling like you're kind of in a rut. You've been a little bit stuck and feeling challenged, and it's just like you haven't found the right thing for you yet. Like things just haven't quite clicked into place. But that's when it's really key to kind of exercise our patience. And I know everybody hates hearing that, myself included. Sometimes, it can get annoying when people are like, well, you just need to be patient. And you're like, well, how much more patient can I be? But I think that sometimes we have to remember that there are certain lessons or spiritual lessons that we might be working on right now that may not quite be conducive to what we want just yet. And maybe you've been praying for answers, you've been praying for some type of guidance, next steps, and just have faith that they will appear exactly when you need them to. It's also helpful to build that relationship with your guardian angel, with your spirit guides, whoever you identify with as your guides in this life. It's really helpful to just be able to build that relationship with them and ask questions, because that's what they're there to do, is they're there to help you. So I just wanted to get into some oracle cards today for this winter solstice. No tarot today, just a few messages just to see what comes out. Okay, we have collective wisdom, kinship group, library. Yeah, although this was a little bit more of a challenging year for people, I'm really feeling that in the collective. People, especially around this holiday season in particular. Holiday season might be difficult for some of you, and I can totally relate to that. So if it is a little bit tough for you, like, I'm sending you so many hugs and so much love and support, and just know that you're never alone. But it's like this collective wisdom is coming through. We really learned a lot this year about not only ourselves, but who we are as a collective. And I think that this time of reflection is a really good time to kind of think about where you want to go in your life, and not only just in your individual experience, but where would you like to see the collective go? What changes would you like to see in the collective consciousness and to unfold in the physical reality for all of us? We have been gaining a lot of spiritual insight and wisdom, and our consciousness has expanded quite a bit. But I think Spirit is recognizing that this has been a really challenging year for a lot of us. And that this time, this winter solstice, is really meant to bring us some peace and some serenity. So I'm also going to draw a couple of cards from the Sacred Destiny deck. Ooh, a lot of energy in these cards. Okay, I'm going to take all 3 of these because they seem significant. Inner peace. Yeah, like, this is exactly what I was just saying, right? I love when that happens. There's a lot of peace being brought to our lives as individuals. there's a deep recognition of the fact that there's been a lot of challenge and a lot of struggle. I'm hearing a lot of relationship breakdowns. So if this is something that you have gone through in this year, just trust and know that this is paving the way for something that's going to be more aligned for you. We have potential, and we're taking risks. Yeah, there's a lot of messages actually coming through for this, but with taking risks, I'm getting that for some of you, you're hoping to hear from a divine counterpart or somebody you consider a soulmate, and you've been hoping to hear from them for a while. And I think that with this taking risks card, like, I'm really getting drawn to this bird just, launching into flight. It's like this, it may have been an kind of a slow process with this person. Like you'd hope that you guys would come back together soon, and maybe it's just like as soon as you hope something's gonna happen, it doesn't. Or like maybe you've had some false starts, I'm hearing for some of you. But it's like this person's finally gonna take a risk and reach out to you. And it's, for most of you, it's going to be to mend fences and to hopefully have some kind of second chance at this relationship working out, because it has a lot of potential. And I know that these situations and these kind of relationships, this with a soulmate or somebody you consider a divine counterpart or a twin flame, they can be very, very challenging because, as much as that connection, that deep spiritual connection is there, sometimes it feels like it's only potential because, it's just not lining up and the energy just isn't quite right. But I'm also getting with this taking risks and potential, this is also related to a lot of your kind of career experiences or some of your experiences as a light worker or a healer. Some of you have been wanting to start some kind of project or some kind of business, and it's been on your mind for a while. You've been feeling the intuitive nudges, and you just kind of haven't quite been able to take that next leap of faith in order to make it happen, because you just might feel overwhelmed or you might feel confused. But just take those small steps, because I feel like this is going to end up being really rewarding for you, is what I'm hearing. Like really fulfilling, really rewarding. You're finally going to feel like you've got your feet under you, like you have finally found what you're supposed to be doing, or like that sense of things clicking into place is going to happen for you, is what I'm getting. So if that's something that's really important to you, I think this winter solstice is going to be a really good time to kind of reflect on the building blocks that you've created in order to start this new project or this new thing. Even if there is still a little bit of that residual fear, or you're feeling like you're not quite there yet, or you're not ready, just think about all the reasons why you could start this project. If you're a fan of journaling, you could even take a minute to reflect and think about what you've learned and what skills you've picked up that will help you build this new business or build this sense of financial freedom or whatever it is that you're currently manifesting. Because I'm getting that if you take this risk and you start this project, it has so much potential to grow into and like blossom into something really amazing. Like you're just going to surprise yourself and shock yourself with what you're able to do. But I'm getting drawn back to this inner peace card because yeah, there is an innate need for a lot of us to go within and just to have that sense of stillness and that sense of peace right now. For me personally, I think I struggle with this energy, because if you are a rather dynamic person, you like to be active, you like to you like change, you like things to move. It can be hard for that type of person to kind of just sit still and to really just take the time to reflect and to sit back and just maybe meditate or sit in a sense of peace. And it's like it's almost kind of like if you are that type of person who really likes a lot of action, movement, and change, and you're not quite getting it, you might be feeling a little bit frustrated right now. But just know that these energies right now are supposed to support you in slowing down and really being able to take some time to yourself, into really using that longest night of the year to connect with our inner feminine energy, because the solstice is definitely associated with that sense of yin energy, feminine energy, where we just get to be still, we get to be open, and we get to allow that guidance to come to us, or we just allow that sense of peace and that sense of stillness to, because we don't always have to be moving in order to create change in our lives, right? Sometimes it's about sitting back, allowing, and receiving. So this was a little bit of a longer message, but I think I'm gonna leave it there, you guys. Happy winter solstice. I just appreciate you guys so much for being here and listening to these messages, and just go ahead and give it a thumbs up if it did resonate. I would love to hear about your experiences in the comments, and I hope you all have a wonderful winter solstice, and I will see you guys in the next video.